it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world, as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now and you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand it. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
All right, guys, we're gonna get started in about a minute here. I gotta create a better countdown video or whatever for the live streams. That's on the next thing on the list. So yeah. We're getting a little bit of jumps up here. Yeah. See what happens. Alrighty, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Really appreciate you guys. Let's get into the analysis. So as you can see, we're breaking up. Well, not exactly, but yeah, I guess you could make the argument. I mean, really, if you break above, probably will get a little bit higher when you do break up a little bit on these areas. So yeah, I mean, and it does look like, it has been looking like we'd break down, so that probably means we'll break up. No, but not necessarily, but yeah, I mean, there's that kind of area. You got these right there, fib level, volume area high, and then right here. So trigger waves right there. Confirm the green dot. And the 2-day, 3-day VWAP is coming up and below the zero line for a long time now. Wow. So that is definitely a possibility to come up a little bit more here. And, you saw a lot of people that expected Bitcoin to drop after the conference. Maybe it comes up. I don't know. That's ETH, though. Let's move on to Bitcoin. I'm not going to talked about in the video kind of this trajectory and this type of stuff earlier. Let's just look at the short term here a little bit. Yes, I mean, not exactly a breakout yet, but yeah, you're playing with it. Money flow coming up there. Funny how like the oscillator, like on all the market cipher, I mean, everything just kind of changes once you, especially when you're so choppy sideways. Like it can look with the trigger was there, you're gonna come down. then then you kind of find a way to come up. So yeah. And then you do have, let's see here, do you have the bullish div right there? No, I wouldn't say you have a bullish div. No, you definitely don't have a bullish div there. So yeah. Selling real estate, yeah, that could be an issue, yeah. Definitely gonna try to use that Alan Watts video, or like that recording of him talking or whatever in it. Maybe I could create something with AI. So yeah, we'll definitely see here, but yeah. Money flow coming up there, split RSIs, yeah. We're in that kind of consolidation. I mean, what have we been looking at too is total to a good amount. Trigger wave right there, very similar to the pandemic drop down. You got here, came up, and came back down, then up. So, I mean, in terms of money flow, if it's like this, that was pretty forgiving. You just came up. Here is obviously not a bad time to get into crypto, December 2019, but maybe this will be less forgiving, and then you will come down. I mean, your EMAs here all in the gray would signify somewhat of a continuation, maybe more like here of what happened. If he were to come down like that, so that is a possibility there. And then total 3 is the real like bloodbath right here, that type of area. So with the trigger wave, it does look most likely like you'd come down a bit. You got the technical target right there. So yeah, I mean that's the decent reason to lean more bearish. I mean, the thing though is like what happens a lot of the time, when you're trending sideways and things look more bearish, everybody's saying you're going to break downward. What usually happens? You know what I mean? Sometimes. So it's not exactly, sometimes it could be a little bit tough to say here. But if we look at it, I mean, you do have the 12-hour. You're not getting bullish divs though. You're just getting a very sideways, type of thing. So yeah, I mean, if we just wanted to curious about, oh yeah. So it was a test of 27. Now you're kind of almost losing 27, and didn't mean to sound overly, bullish there all of a sudden. I mean, I still think, ultimately the bear case would play out, but yeah, it's one of those times where it's choppy. And yeah, I mean, in terms of this wedge, in all likelihood, you would break out, by Wednesday. I'm trying to think here. I mean, yeah, tomorrow, midday or something. But yeah. I appreciate you, Mark. New Zealand. Shout out to Mark from New Zealand. But yeah. And the other thing too, I mean, okay, so we looked at Bitcoin, looked at ETH, looking at Bitcoin dominance. This is the chart at least I want to really, pay attention to in terms of getting into alts. And I think ultimately we got to wait until this kind of gets into the green here. I think getting into the green is what we're looking at. We got the red dot, which is kind of a good sign, but I don't think that we're there quite yet. I mean, this would be Bitcoin maxis would be all dying if this was the top for Bitcoin dominance. I don't think it is, but I ultimately think once you get into the green here, this is going to be a lot of your DCA place for alts, your prime DCA place for alts, similar to over here. So that's what I'm looking at. Obviously, you did have a Bitcoin dominance rally in 2020. I mean, the thing with alts is, yeah, if you converted all your Bitcoin over to alts over here in December of 2020, you would have done pretty well, obviously. But I mean, who would have known? I would be more inclined to DCA into them there, take advantage of some staking opportunities, stuff like that, That's what I'd be looking at. Okay, Punch, what's up? Yeah. Breakout for the short, yeah. I mean, Coinbase, we looked at this earlier. I mean, I think it's ultimately going to roll over, but we'll see. Could take a little bit here. And DXY, hitting a little bit right here. I mean, it's more of like acting as support rather than resistance this place. I mean, you got the bullish div on the weekly there. And 10-day green dot. I would think in all likelihood this would come up as traditional markets and Bitcoin come down. But, anything can happen as always, guys. ETH has shown a little bit of strength here. well, a little bit of a jump. Now you're coming back down. So maybe that was the fake out. Maybe this was the fake out here. I mean, yeah, could be the fake out, and then you just come back down. Other thing too that Piano Matty was showing me, or talking about a little while ago. Oh yeah, so this could be a giant freaking head and shoulders forming. So here, here, and here. This could be a very large head and shoulders. And where's your neckline for that? Your neckline's going to be right here. And your, tail target would be down at, right around high 15, 16, essentially this area for a double bottom. When would we hit that? Oh, man, you form that. I mean, it depends. Somewhere probably around, I mean, probably July the earliest, July, August, September, something of that nature. If they really come down a lot, that's going to be, you're probably going to be seeing, if that happens, total 3 down at least like 190 or something. This coming down, I'd say at least like high 40s. If Bitcoin drops, let's see what that even is from here. Yeah, if Bitcoin drops 40, oh man, this is, 54, probably this area, I would say. If not more. And then obviously this is the time to start getting into altcoins down there. So we have at least a few more months, I think, and the DCA period usually is going to be 8 months. I think is statistically the best one in terms of getting in at the right spots for the next bull run, whenever that may be. And total 2 as well. I mean, it kind of just I think I forgot to show you guys. If you take this is a nice double bottom for total 2 here. I mean, that pocket, nice double top from, I mean, I guess you could argue reverse head and shoulders, whatever is forming, but man, I think it might be that double top. If you do that double top, traditional TA would tell you, I don't hear, 300 or something, this kind of area. I do think you may lose that, essentially, probably. And yeah, so we looked at those things. Looked at Bitcoin dominance. What's up, T800? Is that what you're, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Wanted to look, I mean, if we could take an oldie but goodie, Cardano, something like this, best place to, you can see 2 more yellow X's, 2 to 3 more yellow X's here to a potential bottom. I think you're going to make a higher high than here. If you don't, that's kind of not good news for Cardano. Hopefully you'll hit this will be the last traffic stop, the last bus stop or whatever before we come back up. And yeah, this is just the good kind of accumulation area. Obviously in a lot of 2020 it bled against Bitcoin, but you still DCing in here, so you still would have done well. So yeah, I mean, it really depends. I mean, it depends how much you want to wait or whatever. I mean, you could even, that was 200 right there. I mean, you outperformed Bitcoin by how much in the 13x? So yeah, I mean, Bitcoin got that from there. Probably, what was Bitcoin in 2019 there? 8K or something, 10K. I mean, so we got a 6x. What's 6 times 15 or whatever? 6 times 10, or was it 13? 6 times 13 is going to be 78. So you would have got a 78x essentially, or something like that. Which is not bad. Probably going to be much less than that this time, but we'll see. Well, I mean, there's a lot of long liquidations, I think, probably at 25, 24s, so that's something to keep in mind. Let's see, I'd agree before that with the green dot in the 2-day. If we can hold it around or something with weekly open, we got upside probably. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, yeah, in terms of like upside potential, let's take a look here. Yeah, I mean, this is the big place that we're playing around with right now, this volume area low, this general, kind of trend area, and probably from between the spiral and this, and if you could hold this for, hold it in general, that would be more bullish. It's not really looking like you will. Usually you want to see a more violent. What am I trying to think? You usually want to see a stronger rally off of it, I should say. As the shorts pay themselves and things change. Yeah. So, I mean, I haven't looked at funny fees in a half a minute. But yeah, if they're widely negative, that could be in the cards for a short squeeze. You break upward, you're back to the point control here. But I mean, and in terms of staying range bound too. I mean, you're at the volume. And volume area high is up here in terms of staying range bound. Yeah, I mean, you probably could stay range bound another week or so potentially. So I'm kind of looking at. So yeah, there's a decent probability. Maybe bullpen or whatever, next place, 27.3 or whatever. We'll see. Coming up a little trigger wave, yeah. I mean, yeah, if you do break out of this, I mean, you're next got a little bit of traffic over here at that high, 27.6 after that point of control. So yeah. Maybe a lot of people try to short too early. They just come down. Or come up, excuse me, I should say. Come up. I mean, you shouldn't. I mean, 2 days coming into red, but the green dot, you shouldn't give too much. You shouldn't ignore the green dot too much. That could bring you up a bit here, potentially. And if we look at ETH a little bit. So yeah, these hike and ashies on this daily, yeah, getting green here. Not confirmed yet, so yeah. Yeah, I used to have high block. Okay, so above 30K, yeah. If we can come up above 30K, then yeah, you liquidate all the shorts. I mean, there's always going to be pools building. I mean, people flop and grow too. I kind of stopped looking at the liquidation levels a little bit. Sometimes they're useful though. So yeah. Matic Bitcoin, yeah, it's finally starting to come. A lot of red hikings on the weekly. Higher highs, and it's kind of almost like that crypto face, or they call it the Chinese ping pong pattern, I think, or whatever. Yeah. And then, I mean, out of this reverse head and shoulders, I guess you could go or parallel or channel or whatever. Yeah, you're looking at, man, I wonder what would happen if this bled 80% against Bitcoin. Oof, I don't know if it's gonna come down that much. I mean, if Matic crashes like 60%, I could see that though. I mean, it's already down, right down to 44. I mean, that ain't that ain't a small amount. Yeah, Matic crashes 40%. I can see 50 cents here easily. Oh, frick. Let's see. Hey, Evan, looking to buy one whole Bitcoin. Should I wait or should I just jump in now? I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but what I can tell you is what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is DCAing in for likely until January. I mean, if we look at where we are in this kind of pattern trajectory or whatever, it was December 19 all the way till August 20 was a good place. So maybe for the next 8 months, I would say is a good DCA. So if you're trying to buy one Bitcoin, maybe put in 1/10 a month, or yeah, you could go for 10 months. I don't think that's the worst idea. You'd stop in March. I would try to, what I'm looking to do is trying to stop in January, but I give it an 8-month DCA. 8-month, I would probably say is a good amount. Let's see, May is the 5th month, so you'd go to January, February. That would kind of make sense here. Oh, damn it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Siri, my God. That's like the second time that's happened. It just randomly calls people. I remember it used to happen on my my laptop. I like turned that capability off. Man. But I don't think the call went through. I don't believe the call actually went through to some funny like how it was. There's a person that I really don't want to be. It says canceled call, so I think it's okay. I think it's all right. But yeah. Let's see here. So yeah, MEXC is the main one because the fees are lower. I started playing with FAIRDESK. You don't have to use a VPN or KYC there as well. That's a new up and comer. We'll see what happens. Obviously, you know, an FTX is possible anywhere, but I don't think any of these will go down. BITGET I can't use anymore. BITGET's pretty good as well. So yeah, FAIRDESK gave me their sales reps are always trying to hide stuff from me, but they claimed, you know, if you I think deposit there's got to be a minimum. There's got to be a minimum that you have to deposit and make a futures trade. Then you get $100. So if you're interested in trying to maybe when you click on it, you could read the fine print. But these companies, you know how they are. They're always trying to. Their sales reps are, you know, they're trying to learn English. Hard enough to do that, and then you know. But it's not a bad exchange. It kind of reminds me of FEMEX in a lot of ways. So yeah. Appreciate the follow. Didn't take me very long to leave my job because I started doing it like in 2020 when the market just went straight up and I was just buying Cardano and Matic and all Bitcoin and ETH and all that and just went to the moon. Chainlink too. I mean, so yeah. I tried BingX. Yeah, it's all right too. Not bad. Cryptomain. CFX. Showing opportunity. Yeah, I know crypto. And by the way, guys, if you're interested in my exclusive Discord, Patreon link is down below. We have had a lot of really good trades there. Crypto Bullzone was doing a nice trade with, oh man, Litecoin, and we've had some good trades in there. So check it out. I think it's going to help you guys out a lot. Let's look at CFX here. Conflux. Yeah, you might be right. You are hitting some traffic there, and then I mean, it is a reverse head and shoulders. 16 doesn't look half bad. I don't know if I would do anything with this at the moment. These are tougher sometimes. I mean, yeah, could be in the short term. I could see it coming down a bit, but that one definitely doesn't look that bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, and this just keeps coming up here a little bit. Could be that looks more like a bull pennant. I can see it coming up a little bit more here potentially. We'll see though. I mean, I kind of want it to, because the macros looked like so bearish. I've kind of wanted it to break down, but yeah. What's up, blockchain? Let's see. What's up, guys? Let's take a look at Bitcoin. MEXC, well, it's making higher highs. It's making higher highs. Oh man. I mean that pattern came down. I mean, I think it would follow the market. When the market comes down, there's a little bit of room for some of these alts to keep coming. But yeah, appreciate you, blockchain bonehead. Appreciate you, man. Man, look at that price. Oof. Look at that price, so low. What's the market cap on this? I don't even know. let's see here. So you got ETH coming up there. That kind of area right there, yeah. Yeah, Ben coin is BitBoy, Ben Armstrong's coin, yeah. I wouldn't underestimate it. But I mean, as all the alts, I think they'll continue to bleed against Bitcoin for an amount, but definitely would not underestimate this too much for some reason. I wouldn't, I'm not buying it, full disclosure. I'm not buying it, not telling anybody to buy it. I'm not buying any altcoins right now, but I don't know. Long term, I wouldn't underestimate this. Let's see. When did Bencoin came out pretty recently? I mean, that's the main one people are. I'd say the two people are probably talking about the most is Bencoin and this guy, Pulse, which, a little jump up, man. I'm almost. Oof, I wonder if we actually might see a little bit of an altcoin season or something. I mean, I don't think I ultimately think probably going to come down overall with this market, but who knows? I mean, this doesn't look half bad. I mean, right here in the green, you just rolled over, so you could absolutely roll over. I don't think Richard Hart has enough of the marketing capabilities and the steam left to propel this higher, significantly. Even if he can, I still don't think it's worth the risk. But yeah, let's see here. Adam ETH. Yeah, let's look at Adam ETH. Yeah, let's look at Adam in general. Because this is probably bled significant. This one's been weird again. Yeah, I mean, generally coming down. This is hard to read. Blood diamond there. I think it would. I'd look into here to potentially start accumulating. Adam. I'm really looking to August though to start getting alts. But I do like Adam. Adam's one I'm probably gonna pick up at least a little bit of. I mean, you have the head and shoulders kind of or something forming here. That's not the best thing. $5 I'm really looking at kind of this area. If we're there, August, September, that's a really good DCA period. Hopefully you could repeat something like that back in 2020, making a higher high from here, I guess, or from here. Let's see here. JRE Originals. What's up, guys? What's up? Got some new people in the chat tonight. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Let's see. Right there, dominance. ETH. ETH is getting a jump. We'll see if we get a little bit. You probably will get a little bit higher here. And you got this split RSIs there. Came down. You were looking at that, but you're not. That VWAP still got a little bit of room. I mean, are we even hitting? Are we hitting like any local? Let's see what's in between. I mean, you're probably. Oh, that changes things a little bit. So this area, I mean, if you break above that, you can probably get up here, potentially. Alexandro, if you can't be selling nothing. Because usually what this leads to in the chats, you can't be linking to your stuff or selling nothing here. There's obviously tons of scammers in this game. But yeah. Let's see here. QNT. People have talked about QNT, man. Trying to look at this. Oof. Not too good, but I mean, here maybe the DCA opportunity. I mean, unless it goes to zero, like anything can. But did it come out in summer? Yeah, it probably did come out in summer 21 or whatever. Yeah, they released at a good time right before that. And that was the high September. Maybe here, maybe if it makes a higher high, that's a pretty good sign. Then it's, yeah, because that was 89. These do tend to go down at least 90% though. Peppy, is it dumping? Peep. I don't know. I think you're gonna end up here pretty soon, but you know, it could get kind of flat for a bit, bounce around. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll come up to here. Meme season round 2. Yeah, that ball. I mean, yeah, if we rally, something weird goes on. I mean, something like that, maybe a double top. I mean, I don't think you could. I'd be very surprised if you're able to come up higher than this. That'd be insane. Oh man, what's my favorite indicator? Oh man. I mean, I think using the market side for money flow, especially. Excuse me, sorry, a little bit tired. You know, coming into the red there. I think ultimately for long-term DCA strategies, market side for money flow is very good. That's interesting. I've never looked at Rite Aid. Let's see. What's the market cap on this? Oh wow, 100 million. CVS public? I don't even. 99 was the all-time. Yes, this is just. Oh man. Essentially a bankrupt company, it looks like, right? You might get a little bit if you're a gambler. You might get a little bit here, you know. Yeah. Yeah, this is public too. 88 bill. That's a big difference from 100 mil to 88 bill. Man, this looks like freaking cattle on the charts. February of, yeah, it's down significantly. Down 40. Blood diamond on the monthly, yeah, it don't look too. I mean, what's going for this is it seems to go up with time pretty well, but yeah. I mean, 2015 was really your peak for this guy. Next Fed meeting, the odds are higher that it's going to be a pause. But I don't think a pause is necessarily going to... A pause kind of changes bad news into really bad news. I think the unemployment rate rising and those things are going to, you know, keep things down. Matic blood diamond and monthly. I think I did notice that the other day or whatever. I think it was only on Binance or something. Yeah. Confirms in 8 days. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, even if this thing finds a way to go up, I still would rather go out just because I'm a probability guy. I am bearish until most of summer. September's usually bearish, but I think September will be bullish. Okay. So you're thinking, yeah, if we have a really rough summer, yeah, you could see a bottom potentially in August. Earliest I'm kind of thinking is August. One of my favorite altcoins. Oh man, I got a whole list right here. Also got a list in the exclusive Discord. There's quite a few of them. It's all about diversification for alts. It's all venture capitalism strategy. So yeah. Hmm. Yeah, right there. I'm just trying to think if we're forming any like. Yeah, sometimes those like nighttime rallies, they don't F around. There's like nighttime rallies here sometimes. Yeah. You don't think the Fed will pause? Um, I mean, pausing doesn't necessarily mean you're done. You know what I mean? Pausing doesn't even mean you've gave up on the fight. Um, Pausing could just be to see what happens in terms of like feeling the effects of the rate hikes. I mean, I go with the betting odds because they usually get it right. I think it's generally like creeping upward with the betting odds, but yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could argue that we kind of are breaking out of this to a certain, unless you draw it like that. But I mean, yeah. Hmm. There's a nice little trigger wave there. I mean, hit that big fib level, you bounced off. Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible to just extend this sideways thing into volume area low, volume area high there for a little bit. See though. Just waiting for that Bitcoin dominance to go into the green there. I mean, let's just see in terms of like, yeah, because if we could repeat this, man, I'm just curious if we repeated this where you were, that's October, man, so we could still see, yeah, October, November. Maybe that's the time they really get into alts. Triple top right there in gold. Ultimately, I think that would come down a bit more with everything over the summer, but I do think it'll hold up relatively well compared to traditional markets at least. Let's look at the S&P 500. Yeah, a little bit with exo charts. I mean, if they do raise rates, Donkey Punch, that's going to definitely bring the markets down, I would think. Crown Crypto Cave. Oh, like Air Crown. I gotta check them out. That's like the one channel I've never really watched too much. Um, Extra charts is more for like scalp trading. For what I do, it doesn't really help me. I would have to study it a little bit more. But what I'd suggest check out Jason Casper. What he talks says about that. He knows what he's doing when it comes to Excel charts. I really don't. Um, I mean, you're still gray in terms of these EMAs, but yeah, it's like starting to freaking yeah, weekly coming into the green right there. Hmm. Look at this guy. It's like the thing is just everybody thinks that it has to come down after all this, and then just imagine a repeat of. Imagine, like, where would that bring us to if he was were to. Oh my God. Yeah, you would see 800% into 2035. Wow. I mean, imagine if you did like this decade here. Well, it was 94, but imagine you did like pulled off, I don't know, a 90 to 2010 or whatever. Because that was a very, yeah, you would be just, it's kind of, yeah, you would be sideways, same price you kind of were now. Don't know. It definitely doesn't look like overly. I mean, it's looked bearish, but it definitely doesn't look overly like insane. But then again, you're hitting this point. I mean, I'm thinking maybe double top with this. You play around with this area. I mean, that is 430 right there. That's significant, and you're hitting more traffic there. If it doesn't, you know, this definitely does look like it has a little bit more room here. Yeah, it's just more of that just flat market, I guess. Just not seeing the big thing. I'm sure there's more I could kind of talk about. I mean, it definitely does look a little bit more bullish on these middle time frames here. 12 hour, 16, 10, all these. Yeah, and you're coming up there. It's definitely, feet definitely don't look too bad right now. Other than, yeah, nothing really looks that bad at the moment. It really is crazy, like how it just changes kind of direction to a certain extent. Yeah, you might actually be. Yeah, you might actually be able to break out of this. 19, yeah, that would just be that boring freaking. I mean, if you do repeat, I'm just curious about like once you got to that area and then something like that, yeah. To the end of the month, it would be kind of boring, but yeah. I think if we're going to come down, we got to do it pretty quick. I mean, reverse head and shoulders right there. Tail target is higher. Choppy, yeah. It is a choppy, yeah. I mean, the same. Look at this power. Maybe this gives us the same thing. Trend reversal. Let's see here. You thinking down, Mr. Hard Teaches? I go with what you're thinking, Mr. Hard Teaches. I'll say down. I mean, I'm not seeing enough, like, it's almost like it's like a bull pennant now, but I mean, in this environment, we've been just, yeah, 3 minutes getting bull bear div. Don't look too good in the 1 minute. Yeah. This guy's showing a little bit of strength, the KRE. I'm curious. It could be a nice bull trap, and then you just come down farther. But snake eyes right there. They're showing a little bit of strength. Oh, yeah. I wanted to look at the Russell 2000. Yeah. Are there futures for, yeah. Actually, I want to look at the more of a long term. The rut. Looking at the rut here. Oh, man. I mean, how much did this guy come down in? 58. Yeah, if it follows the SPY. Not looking too good in the weekly. Yeah, I mean, if we're staying in this environment, you'd probably come down a little bit at least here. But yeah, I wish I could have more to talk about. It's just kind of choppy right now, guys. If you look at this almost like looks more bearish than it should on the monthly here in terms of the VWAP going down. Once we got that money flow going down, it's gonna look bearish too, but yeah. Bitcoin a bullish div. Let's take a look at this 6 month. I haven't even. There's not enough data to have a three month. It's not too much data to really. 2 month gets probably trigger wave potentially. Could be a while before that prints. That was a bear div, and that one played out. Yeah, that one played out, and then he came up with that. Yeah, it's to a certain extent already played out. That's what's interesting too. So the next, see, you had the red dot that marked the top somewhat. Then this guy was the really good buying opportunity. Wait for our next red dot and then buy alts here. We'll see. What time frames do I like to scout? 15 minutes good. Hourly I use 3 minute, 1 minute. It's a lot at the same time. But yeah. Long day today. I'm tired. I want to get to sleep pretty soon. Maybe sleep early. Go to sleep early. Been going to bed too late lately. But yeah. It sounds like I got rats or something running around my walls, running around my ceilings. Yeah, sure, Mr. R teaches you could send regular RSI. Sure. That is kind of a reverse head and shoulders for the S&P 500 there. I mean, if you were to break upward from that, this was like one theory I know a few people have talked about. Like, you come up into I mean, if you were to, you come up for that would be a wild double top there or something. Or some people even think you come up even higher into 2024, 2025, and then depression or something. It'd be interesting to see. I kind of don't think that would happen. Bitstamp chart better, BLX. I haven't really noticed too much of a difference. I mean, there's more time frames than Bitstamp. But yeah. I don't even know. Pulse. Okay, gotcha, Mr. R teaches. Let's look at some headlines. So, stock futures up slightly. Another reason why Trump's probably going to get the nomination. Who's that going to take votes away from? Probably not Trump. Probably more DeSantis, I would think. What's up, Blizzies? Oh, S&P 5 is nothing to celebrate. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that. Let's see. What do they say on zero hedge here? This would be interesting to look at skyscrapers. Let's see here. Kuala Lumpur has a lot. In Malaysia, Dubai's got it. Chicago 3. China's got it. Okay, yeah, Hong Kong. Shanghai. Where's Beijing on that list? You would think that would be way up there. Isn't that the capital of China? Yeah, it looks like Hong Kong is the most skyscrapers. So where the hell's Beijing, though? Kuala Lumpur is 200. Oh, wow, Malaysia's got the... Kuala Lumpur's got the second highest skyscraper in the world. Wow. Singapore has quite a few, too. Has anyone been to Singapore? What's it like being on the equator down there? So like, I've never been that far south, I don't think. I've been to Thailand, and Bangkok was really hot, but yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Is this the same as Beijing? I don't even... Jakarta, Chicago's got, yeah. New York City, okay. Wuhan. Mumbai. Seoul. Thailand was pretty cool. Been a while since I was there. ETC. What time frame were you looking at there? Was it a 4-hour? Singapore, not so much fun. Can you elaborate? How about Kuala Lumpur? Has anybody been there? That's Nomad Capitalist raves about that. Andrew Henderson raves about that place. Excuse me. Yeah, this guy, I mean, I would ultimately... I don't really think downward. I mean, it's probably down just so much from that. I remember when this went parabolic, I was like, really? ETH Classic? Yeah. That was the time to be alive. March into May of 21. Man. Just want to see how, like... Let's see here. Very weird. Got to be attentive. Lots of mini thieves, hustlers. Heavy. Interesting. In Tokyo, yeah, just Japan's probably very, very different than Singapore. I mean, that's a first world country. I mean, it's different. Well, Singapore is too, but I mean, it's just in terms of climate too. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up in a minute here, guys. It's been on about 56 minutes. Just not too much to really talk about. Just such a flat market other than what I talked about kind of earlier. I mean, if we look at, let's just go on Bitcoin and some of the lower time frames just to see if any new developments have been happening. Okay, looks like we're coming down a teeny weeny bit here. Yeah, you're still playing around, just this flat market. I mean, you're going to break up one way or the other. I mean, this could be the break up, who knows, or could just be following kind of that trend line again. I mean, if we draw from the candles, yeah, extremely humid as well. You're talking about Kuala Lumpur. Crew phone thefts, extremely good at phone thefts, yeah. Huh. Oh, thanks so much, Crypto Main. Shout out to Crypto Main. Appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate the $5. Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck. Hold shift and press the mouse. It's not seeming to. Oh. Oh, that's a good. That's a good, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Appreciate you, Marco, for that tip. Oh, man, let's see. Kind of looking at AMD. PLL, I forget what that even is. Let's see, AMD. Advanced Micro Devices. This looks like the SPY. Ultimately, I'm thinking you're eventually, with these gapped RSIs, going to, stop making higher highs here and come down as we enter the recession, whenever that happens. I mean, a 10-minute looks like you want to come deeper into the red. I mean, it seems like you're in a form of bearish div here pretty soon. That could kind of mark a local top, if not the top for a while. But other than that, it doesn't look terrible. Looks like you may have a little bit more left. And we could draw a fib level, mess around with that a little bit, and have a guess. Yeah, I mean, this area seems pretty significant. If he comes above this area, you'd probably be looking at here. So, yeah. PLL. Oh, man. I don't know what $1 billion market cap processing. Oh, lithium. Okay. Oh, man, that's a weird one. Just very sideways. I think when it does break out, it's going to be pretty violent. I mean, that doesn't look good on the 10-day. Monthly trigger wave. I don't know if that means too much, though, at this point. Gapped RSI is coming down, yeah. Heikin-Ashi candles are better overall unless you're scalp trading on really low time frames, in my opinion. They're smoother, and they make things appear smoother. A little bit more stronger with Heikin-Ashis, but yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to get off, guys. If you guys are interested in trading on FAIRDESK, where you don't need a KYC or a VPN, pretty good interface. Been messing around with it. Was trading on it the other day. The link down below. MEXC is also really good. Zero limit order there. People have asked me, where should you trade other than BITGET now, since you can't go on BITGET if you're an American. I would say the top three are BITGET, MEXC, FAIRDESK. BITGET ain't too bad too, so yeah. But yeah, a lot of them are all kind of the same. But if you really don't want to have to use a VPN, try FAIRDESK. Link down below. They said do one trade, get $100. I don't know what the minimum they want you to deposit for that is. It can't be a lot, I don't think, but they're always, how they are. But check it out if you want to help support the channel. Link down below. And the Patreon too, down below as well, for the exclusive Discord. Me and two other amazing analysts. So we've been killing it in there, making a lot of really good trades. Nobody's right 100% of the time. We'd be billionaires in a couple of weeks or a couple of months or whatever if that was the case. But we do pretty well. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel also. Last but not least, check out my trading course. Really good course. A lot of people really liked it. EvanAldo.com. Discount code BEARMARKET20. All right, guys. Have a good one.